Thanks for joining us for part 4 of the Fishbowl with Action Bronson. We talk a lot about Interstellar, a movie we both love, and he gets into his catalog, his music, one of the many things he's famous for. Did you see the Gosling movie yet, First Man? Check that out.
But I did see some shit that made me cry. What was the one with McConaughey?
Interstellar?
Oof.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
That shit made me cry a lot. I was on the plane coming back from Morocco.
Yeah.
Air Emirates had that fire.
Yeah.
I started crying like a baby.
Yeah.
I had hash in my butt cheeks.
Bro, and there were points in the movie I didn't even know why I was emotional. I was just emotional.
Something struck a chord.
Something struck a chord. When he's like fucking blasting
when the books
back.
are moving.
The books.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. I don't understand what's going on there completely, but it makes sense.
Everything is free.
How about when he gets out of the spaceship? My favorite part of the movie. He goes to that world with the big tidal wave and shit, and he's got the people on the spaceship waiting for him. He's like, "I'll be back in 5 minutes," and he's back in 5 minutes, but it's like 40 years.
40 years, yep.
And he gets back on the thing, and they're like, "We've been waiting so long." I'm like, "Bro, that is deep." I don't know.
They didn't get in their chamber.
No, they didn't get in their chamber.
They would have fucking stayed in the chamber, man.
They should have listened to Matt.
Matt Damon.
Yeah. So fucking. Well, I didn't like the Matt Damon movie.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it's not as good. The space Martian.
Yeah.
Martian.
Was that like a runoff of that one?
Well, I think if you look at it, they were kind of this
similar.
They were big blockbuster like space exploration movies at the same time, like a year apart. And I think. To me, it was a dichotomy of like two types of fans. Do you like the grittier movie, or do you like the Disney-ish Martian movie where he's in the greenhouse and he has the one-liners and he's telling jokes? Like I prefer the darker one. And so the Scorsese one that I wanted to ask you earlier is he's got so many fucking good movies. We were looking at it earlier, arguing about this. What's the best one? Or your favorite? I don't want to say best.
You know, we did Pope of Greenwich Village.
No.
I mean, I love Raging Bull.
Raging Bull
is heavy duty. The Departed is heavy duty.
Raging Bull's, it's dark. It might be too dark for me.
I mean, he was a dark man, apparently.
He was really good in Fight Night. Did you used to play Fight Night on the video game?
Nah.
You could hit people with one punch and knock them out with Jake LaMotta. It was unbelievable. Knocked Tyson, Holyfield, all of them out. Goodfellas.
Goodfellas is tremendous. I really love The Departed.
Yeah.
I really love The Departed.
Yeah.
It's a good fucking movie.
Absolutely. No, it's one of my favorites.
Scorsese was, I think, also involved in Boardwalk Empire, which I really enjoyed a lot.
Boardwalk, you like that? I think you talked about the dude with the mask in one of your songs, did you not?
Nah, but thanks for the idea.
Well, the scene on the beach, I misunderstood. Remember the guy with the mask when he just shoots everybody up?
Yep.
Yeah, he was my favorite character.
Yeah, he took the Maggie at the fucking thing.
So that's a good idea. So if I ever see one, then it came from this interview. Great.
100%.
Okay. He did Gangs in New York.
Gangs in New York was amazing.
Great movie and weird for its time. Like it was just different. Like it was kind of like watching fucking what's the Western series on HBO? What's that old Western series? No. Deadwood. Did you ever watch Deadwood?
Never watched that.
It's kind of like written in a little bit of like a playwright way. Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver is phenomenal.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Tremendous.
Shutter Island, which I thought was fucking awesome. Did you see that one?
No.
You need to see Shutter Island. So I wanted to run through some music shit because we've done all this and we haven't talked about music.
Of course.
So I went through my favorite fucking songs, some of my favorite projects of yours. And what I love about it is all the sports references mainly, but also just like you got a reference-rich catalog. Like I feel like with your verses, there's not a lot of dead air. There's no like, I'm not just rhyming.
I don't just take off words. Every word has to mean something.
And that's why I like it. It's like,
thank you, man.
It's almost like having a conversation with somebody like that has similar interests, and you're like, it's like, oh, let me, and then you pause the song and you get on YouTube and you're like, I need to see that scene again, or I need to.
Exactly. It's as visual could be.
Yeah.
I'm setting scenes up. So after you hear it, you'd have to go and run to YouTube. Right. Oh shit, this is what you just meant. That's crazy. My mind is.
No, it's cool.
It's always good. It's good to add in laughter and shit. I always like comedy in the raps. Yeah. Comedy and just saying things that are off the fucking wall.
Yeah. Well, White Bronco, latest project. I'm late to be like, it's not a promotion, but I just like talking about it.
No, it's all good.
Fucking,
You could always promote that.
it's shorter, right? So do you do that on purpose? You know, keeping it real Spartan, trim all the fat, like.
Well, I feel like I've always done that.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes all the Blue Chips projects, there were a lot of songs. They were like 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, you know.
You've got
nothing,
a lot of single verse,
Yeah.
1 or 2 verse
Well,
songs.
sometimes that's all it calls for.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that, you know, it's like, not every piece of art has to be, you know, the Picasso, the Mona Lisa, or, you know, there's other things that you see in the moment. It's just fucking scribble.
Right.
Oh my God, this is gorgeous, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all it is a couple strokes.
Yeah.
Couple strokes of the voice, and that's it. Sometimes it's a more, you know, more thought out,
Yeah.
elongated version of
Yeah,
that.
because there's 2 ways to do it. I'm sure. I mean, there's a bunch of ways to do it, but you
When
can.
you're trying to do commercial music, you go for a formula.
Yeah.
When you're doing art, you do what I do. You just do what you want.
Yeah. Which is cool, and you've never been a slave to the industry, which
Never.
is cool to me.
But
It's
I did sign with Atlantic Records, and I gave myself a shot a couple times.
Yeah.
But I also did shoot myself in the foot a couple times, you know?
But you're not like, and I'm not familiar with when you were independent. I'm like, I'm not on the technical side of the industry. I'm not a fucking expert on that. But like to me, you seem like a guy who's just, I'm gonna keep my integrity personality wise and do what I want to do. And also, you do a lot of shit.
Absolutely.
It's almost like you don't want to be limited to one thing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's what these people want. They want you to be limited. You know, they don't want you to express your other interests. Those aren't beneficial to them.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not doing anything that's beneficial to somebody else except my family. And for me, I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I couldn't express myself in the way I really feel inside.
And you don't one of the things I wrote down was like, I couldn't find a song in your catalog that I thought was like a pop type song. Like, you know what I mean? Which is cool. And like a lot of people, like you could, you know, it's a lot like building a media company or like fucking, or doing a show. Like I could have you on here and try to get you to say something that's gonna get clicks and get views.
Yeah.
You could release a garbage song that's gonna shoot to the top of the charts. That's below you.
And you see what you say there.
Yeah.
It's usually garbage.
It is.
It's usually garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, I will go as far as to say my most commercial
Yeah.
hit, Baby Blue,
Yeah.
with me, Mark Ronson, and Chance the Rapper, I would never, ever, ever classify as a pop song.
Right. It's
But
relative to that determination.
If you compare it to a lot of the other things that I've done, it's
more
poppy.
The song to me, at least my favorite song that's popular of yours is Easy Rider. Easy Rider's on the pregame playlist.
That's
Thank
amazing.
you for the
Of course.
auditory cocaine. You know, a couple cups of coffee, some Easy Rider, a bunch of other stuff, some Pastor Troy, just like fucking raging. But that fucking,
Pastor Troy's a big choice.
oh yeah,
That's a big one.
yeah.
I like that.
Oh yeah, fucking Pastor Troy's probably more. You know, I got some Pearl Jam on there.
Of course.
10, one of the most classic albums of all time.
Gotta have some Eddie.
Eddie, bro. Release. I like the slower shit, but the reason I like Easy Rider is because like it's quintessential good production and like sampling and like some rock and roll influences, which I love about you. Do rock and roll shit.
Of course.
What was the deal with that? With the production of that song? I'm sure you've talked about it, but to me, I didn't catch it.
I don't really think I've talked about it. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what we did. I'm really into like 70s Turkish psychedelic rock, so I just put together a bunch of songs, went through all of them because I wanted to rap on something like that, in that vein. And 2.5 minutes into a song, you just fucking hear that. But it wasn't in that, you know, he pitched it up a little bit and fucked with it.
So that's Turkish rock?
Yeah, that's a Turkish song, and honestly, the record's like fucking $2,000. It's a rare record. It's a legendary joint.
Really?
Had no idea, so we took it off YouTube.
Yeah.
It had like 30,000 views.
Yeah.
Put it back on YouTube after we fucked with it,
Yeah.
and now it's Easy Rider.
Dude, that's unreal.
It's crazy that that's the world we live in now. We could take it directly from YouTube sampled, and then put it back onto fucking YouTube.
Dude, it's
in
wild.
a different form.
And I love samples. Like, that's the reason, like,
But there's live instrumentation on there too.
yeah, absolutely.
My man Kurt
Yeah.
demolished that fucking
But the mixture
solo
was
at
just,
the end.
the mixture was just, oh yeah, the guitar? Oh, it was unbelievable. I was like literally, it fit the video perfectly. Like the video was dope.
Yeah.
And then the reason I love, because I grew up enjoying New York hip hop. So I love samples.
Yep.
And like when Dipset was like awesome,
Of
bro,
course.
you can't like forever.
That's a pretty
like
tremendous
fucking,
one.
just
I mean,
like
we were riding around listening to Dipset nonstop.
Purple?
That was all of that. The purple tape. I mean the purple haze.
Purple Haze, yeah.
Let me just say this. Dipset was a major part of my life in the 2000s.
Yeah, man.
Like, I was driving around thinking I was the fucking man in the drop-top little Beamer that my father had.
Yeah.
Listening to Dipset, two humongous men, me. There was always two big men in the car.
Yeah.
It was crazy in a little Z3.
Z3. You like little cars.
Nah, I don't like that. That was what was around, and
yeah.
it was a drop-top.
There's not a lot of trucks here.
I'm into trucks. I like driving a fucking Grand Cherokee Laredo.
Okay.
Normal.
You should see
I
my
have
Land Cruiser. You might like it.
See, I
I'm a
was
big
looking at
Toyota
Land
guy.
Cruisers also.
But I got a 1990, like an
4Runner?
FJ62. Remember the old like
Of
boxy?
course. Of course.
Yeah. So
Those are the big deal now.
sorry, I was on samples and I love
Nah,
samples.
fuck that. I like
that's
cars
the way-
too. I like Land
yeah.
Rovers. I was just looking at a fucking LR4 because I like those.
Yeah, they're cool.
Or the Discoveries or...
So the LR4s, is it acceptable for dudes? Like,
For me, I think so
Yeah.
because it's a rare one.
yeah,
It's more those... It's like the LR4s, they don't make them anymore.
yeah.
And when you fucking hook them up, it's ridiculous.
That's the way I feel about them as
It
well.
has the
'cause-
Safari window.
yeah.
It's not a mom car.
Yeah, my wife drives one.
An LR4?
I think it's the.
Well,
LR
she's a rebel.
Yeah, she's a rebel. But sometimes I'll like kind of
Are you trying to put down my LR4 dreams?
No, not at all. But like, are you talking about which LR4? Is it what year is yours?
I don't have one.
Oh,
I want one.
What year do you want?
Maybe 14, 15.
Yeah, so she has an LR4, so she does. And
Yeah, it's the LR4.
yeah, and
what color?
It's okay. This is the cool
Gunmetal
part.
gray?
This is the cool part, bro. And I hate, Meg. She's out here watching. Like we're here. I'm
Kalama
talking.
Copper?
You know how much I like Action, and we're talking about you. So there you go. You're a big star. But we got. So she loves her truck, and she don't want to get rid of it because. And like I'll catch myself like kind of looking at it like. Maybe I can like buy her a new car and just like slide into the LR4.
Trust me.
That move. But she then one day was like, because I'm matte army green my Rover one time, and it was awesome. Black out the wheels, yellow calipers, and so she fucking copied me. Yeah, she got matte green on the LR4 and it looks fucking sick, dude.
Telling you.
So I'm a little jealous.
She put rims?
No, just spray them flat black, which is the kind of military look. It's cool.
You know what I want to do to it? I want to drop it and put it on fucking BBS's.
Oh yeah, well you want to drop it.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Just put them on big, wide, fucking like big 8-inch
pretty
lip.
cool. I can sell that. Try it. We try it out at home. Thanks for watching part 4 of The Fishbowl with Action Bronson. Part 5 is one of my favorites. It's all about the references that he drops in his songs.